Hello. Hello, my friends. Born to do business, global community. Today's Sunday, April 18. I have to share with you that today's my son's birthday. Luckily, he's not on Facebook, so he's not going to see that or hear that, but it is his birthday. I couldn't say April 18 without saying that. And he is 27 years old. Yes, I know I'm that old, or I had it that young. I had him that young, whatever you choose. In any case, today is our meditation Sunday. So, for those of you who are new to our global business Facebook group, it is the day where we connect on a spiritual level to our business, not only from a business or strategy point of view, but more from a spiritual perspective. And we do exercises like visualization or meditation to go inside ourselves, to align with our business, to align with our vision, and to start the week with something that is going to connect to ourselves and to really take our business from within, right? Not from the outside in, but really from the inside out. And I find that Sunday is the best day to do this because, well, here in Israel, it is the first day of the week. So we are working on Sundays like any other day, but it is still the first day of the week. And for everyone else who is around the world, Sunday is usually a day where you go slower. And if you are on Facebook, it is probably to do your own things. And so I feel like meditation is the best time to do this in the week. So today, the theme of this meditation is procrastination. And the reason why we're going to talk about procrastination is, and you're going to see right away, or maybe not, but I'll share with you anyways, because I'm working on a methodology around systems. As you know, I'm a business coach and I help entrepreneurs, especially women, purpose-driven entrepreneurs who are actually growing and scaling their business. And when I have to work with them, when we have to go through the growing stage, we at some point get to the scaling part of their business. And when we get to the scaling part, the transition between the growing and the scaling is usually systems. And that's when we see a lot of entrepreneurs who start to procrastinate. I don't know if this is the case for you. I'm just going to share the comments. And if this is resonating with you, then type in the chat. I don't know if you already know if you're in your growing stage or in the scaling stage, or maybe you're launching your business, or maybe you don't have a business yet. Maybe you just have an idea. And so just type in the chat which stage you're in, because procrastination is taking a different look and feel, if I must say, whether you're in the launching, growing, or scaling stage of your business. So when you're in the launching stage of your business, you procrastinate the launching, right? The actually going out, being visible, telling people, that you have a new business. You have resistance around this because it's fears, right? And so we all know that when we procrastinate, it's usually because we're afraid of something. So that is the first, when you're actually in the launching stage. When you're in the growing stage, you usually, and let me know if this is true for you, you usually procrastinate around being more visible for your marketing and having more clients and putting yourself out there. And that is usually what you procrastinate, because you push back, sending out that newsletter, doing that live, going to a networking event, or, sending an email blast to your whole database. Those are the things that you probably are going to procrastinate. And then you have the scaling stage. And guess what? When you're in the scaling stage, what you probably procrastinate is working on your systems. Now, I heard a very interesting and new take on procrastination I want to share with you, is that procrastination is basically your intuition telling you something. So I would love to have your take on that, if you think that this is true for you and for your business. That basically when you procrastinate, your inner being, yourself, your alignment, your soul, you can call it whatever you want, is telling you either to stop or to slow down or to double check something or to check within yourself first, or to make sure that this is aligned. And I find that instead of beating myself up or, saying, again, I didn't do this, or again, I procrastinated, or again, I postponed, or again, it's on my to-do list and I haven't done it, I feel like this perspective is for me very positive and very new and very actually relaxed. It's something that is making me feel relaxed. I don't know if this is good for you too. Please type in the chat and tell me if this is good for you too, if this is something that helps you, because I know that it's not like I'm lazy. It's not like I don't like to work, or I don't like my business, or I don't like doing what I do. It's not like I don't feel like working. It's more like something is telling me something, right? I have an intuition of something. Maybe I'm not clear yet about it. And maybe this is my way of saying to myself, I'm not really ready for this. And we all have those stories of synchronicities where we postpone things, and then when we did it, it was just the right timing and the right person who saw it. And we all have those stories. Now, sometimes we don't even see it. Sometimes we postpone doing something and then the good news happen. And sometimes the good news doesn't happen or we don't see it, right? But I have this belief that as business owners, especially purpose-driven, business owners, I have a feeling that when we are procrastinating, it is usually because something is telling us to slow down and that we have to listen to that part. Maybe it's about resting or meditating, which we're going to do in a second. Or maybe it's about, journaling first, or checking with yourself, or, and this is what I want to teach you today. What I want to teach you today is how do you go inside yourself when you're procrastinating, and what question do you ask yourself to check if this is procrastination that is a resistance that you have to check, or is it a procrastination that you can just overcome and do, and just go ahead and do it? I think that if we do it in a way, if we go inside ourselves and we do it in a way that is really connected to our alignment, then we can have really interesting answers. So that's what I want to do today. I want to do a procrastination meditation. So let me know if you're here. Let me know where you're from. Give me your name. Tell me if this is resonating with you. Tell me if you have any idea what is a procrastination meditation. I just made it up, so I'm sure that you had never heard of this, but you understand what I mean by that. And I want us to basically start our meditation by sitting comfortably in our chair. Find the right, just gonna close here. Today is the first day of heat in Israel, so we are starting to feel the heat, but it's probably not gonna stay. But we're just enjoying the nice weather. So we're gonna go inside ourselves, and we're basically going to ask ourselves the question, am I procrastinating because something is telling me to slow down, and what is it? Or am I procrastinating because I need to push myself and I need to get this going? So is it a go? Is it a no-go? Let's go inside ourselves and let's check. So for this exercise, I want you to really think about something that you're procrastinating all the time, whether it is, I don't know, something you have to do that you haven't done for a long time, or someone you have to call, or tracking your finances, which we usually, as purpose-driven entrepreneurs, postpone and procrastinate around, or writing content, or working on your website, or calling someone, or I don't know, anything that you feel is something that's on your list that you keep on procrastinating about. I want you to focus on that. And then, or maybe, starting to work on your systems, or which systems, or what. There's probably something that you're not doing that you feel that you should do, right? Even though we don't want to stay in that energy of, I feel I should do, because we're doing what we're doing, and there's no should. But I want you to connect to that energy, so that we're going to shift that energy and really go look more closely to what is this procrastination? Where is it coming from inside ourselves? And this is an exercise that you'll be able to do every time you feel like you're procrastinating. That's basically something you can do again and again. So I want you to sit straight in your chair, as we always do. And if you are here and you want to participate in this meditation, please type in the chat, yes, I'm here. Yes, I want to do it. Yes, I am in. Whatever it is, a smiley, just something so that I know that you're here with us. So I want you to sit straight. I'm going to close my eyes so I won't see your comments from now on. I want you to take your hands with your palm facing up and put them on your lap. We're basically doing this ritual, which is signaling our mind that we are ready to go look inside. We're going to disconnect ourselves from the noise of the world or the outside world or what our eyes see as the outside world. And by signaling this to our mind, you'll see the more you'll do this, the more you'll see how you can go into a deep concentration as soon as you close your eyes and you just signal by those little steps that you are going to go into meditation, and then your mind is ready to switch off and basically look at your, go inside to look and not look outside. And that's what we call the, looking from within. So your hands are facing up, your palm, and this is also because we want to be able to receive any message that we are going to hear, either from the universe or from ourselves. But we're sitting in a very receiving position, right? This is like I'm ready to receive. I'm opening myself up, and I'm opening my mindset. I'm opening my vision, and I'm ready to receive. And so I'm putting those two hands on my laps. My feet are touching the ground because I want to ground myself. I want to be really anchored in the material world, even though my head, my mind is connected to the spiritual world, to the universe, and to something that is more conceptual, more spiritual. But we need both, right? And you can look at your body as just some kind of channel or some kind of transition between the material and the spiritual. And so when you're sitting with your feet touching the ground and your head held up high because you want to sit straight, then you're basically connecting to both energies, from the earth energy and from the spiritual energy. So I want you to sit straight, like we said, no tension in your body, not on your neck, not on your shoulders. You might want to move them a little bit. And you just do a quick scan from your feet to your head to make sure that there's nothing hurting you or painful or stress. Just want to release any tension from your body so that you can concentrate and go inside yourself without having those messages that come and disturb you. That's the only reason why we do this. So you do want to find a comfortable position where you can focus on the inside and not focus on the material envelope of your body, right? When you're ready with your eyes closed, we're going to take 3 deep breaths, again, signaling our mind that we're ready to take a break from our, ongoing thoughts that are never the background noise, everything that's happening in our mind. When we're taking 3 deep breaths, we basically are slowing down. We're basically signaling that we're ready to go inside and to stop the driving crazy of the mind going all over the place. That's what we're doing. So when you're breathing, I want you to really focus on each breath. The breathing out is going to be removing any tension, any bad or negative thoughts, or anything that is bothering you or bringing stress. So I want you to release that every time you're breathing out. And by bringing in, I want you to take all the positive energy around you and everything that's calm and beautiful and relaxed and joyful, and bring it inside of you. Okay, so you have those intentions while you breathe out and breathe in. So let's start with 3 deep breaths. If you can hold it while you take it in, hold it a few seconds and then take it out. Okay, so your body must be now relaxed. Your mind is also relaxed, slowing down, just a different rhythm. We are signaling that we're going inside, and we are going to take our elevator that goes from our mind to our inner being. And like we always do, we visualize a transparent glass see-through elevator that we have from our mind that I picture here on my forehead. And the elevator goes down all the way through all the chakras, all the energy centers. And I picture my inner being in my belly, right? So you can picture it wherever you want, in your heart or in your solar plexus, wherever it is. I picture it in my belly. And so I basically take my inner being and I basically go from my mind, take this elevator, glass see-through elevator, and go down each level, each chakra, each energy level through my body until I get to my belly, which is where I picture my inner being, but you can picture it wherever you want, wherever it feels right. And then once we get to this inner being, the elevator doors open and my inner being comes out, and this is where everything happens as far as I'm concerned. This is the inner being, this is the cave, this is the secret place, this is the born to do, this is the mission, this is the purpose, this is the alignment. This is where everything happened between me and myself, my conversation, my intimacy, everything that I want to say to myself when I journal, when I look at the little girl, when I have my memories or my vision. This is my conversation between me and myself. And I really strongly suggest you have that also safe place where you can have a conversation. You can imagine and visualize anything that you want. And today we are going to take this exact task or project or activity that you have on your to-do list and that you are procrastinating about, that you're postponing, that has been going from one list to the next, that doesn't get done. I want you to connect to that task or that project, and I want you to really connect to it, not in a way of right away going to, oh, I need to do this and I didn't do it, but more in a curious, observing, very neutral place, right? Just looking at that project, looking at it from distance, and just looking at it going from one to-do list to the next, or from one project management tool to the next, or one paper list that you have, wherever it is. I want you to really look at this, how this project is traveling through time with you, and that every day or every week or every month when you sit down and you look at everything you have to do, it keeps on coming back. And I want you to observe the emotion that you have associated to it, right? If you're like most entrepreneurs, then the emotion is probably an emotion of frustration, an emotion of maybe upset, or maybe wishing that it was different. How come I'm not doing it? I should do it. Maybe even feeling a little guilty. I want to observe those emotions and see how deep it goes, right? How deep do you feel the guilt of not doing it, or the frustration of not finding the time to do it, or the fear maybe that if you won't do it, something will happen. And the feeling basically stuck, right? Feeling stuck with that project, activity, or tasks that you apparently cannot seem to move forward or sit down and do, or find the time to do it. I want you to observe this emotion, and I want you to make an active, proactive, very volunteer, willingly, and with a lot of intention, to actually shift this emotion. I want you to look at this project from a different perspective. Right? To really, once you observe the emotion, you need to distance yourself from those emotions, right? There is the project, there is the task, there is the thing that you have to do, and there is the emotion that you've associated to it, and we want to separate them, right? So all those emotions of guilt and frustration and not getting things done, those emotions, we are not connecting to them. We're staying connected to that project or that task. And it's going to be very helpful if you have a specific task, a specific project that you can connect to. And I want you to go deep into this project. I want you to really, really go deep and ask yourself the question, what is stopping me from doing this task? What is stopping me from really putting the effort and the time that I need to actually get this project done? And I want you to answer that question in a very honest without any judgment, without any should or could or why not or what if, but more like just if you were looking at someone else's project, right? If you were looking at your friend's project and you would say, okay, so why aren't you doing this? What is stopping you? And you will see that it will come down to the same basic resistance that we already have, whether it's a fear of failure or whether it's a fear of looking at the reality and getting information that you might be afraid of getting, or a fear of being more visible, or fear of taking risks and being afraid of failing again, fear of failure, or the fear of being too visible and being judged or being vulnerable, or the fear of not being successful at doing it, right? Needing help or being stuck because you don't have the right competences or the right expertise or the right tools, right? So I want you to go through this project and identify what is stopping me from doing it, except for the lack of time or you thinking that you're lazy or you're not doing your job. Really like looking inside that project and saying, wait, why am I really postponing this? What is stopping me? There's something inside that project that is either scaring me or I'm not clear about, or it's something that is not aligned with who I am, or it's something that I'm asking questions I don't have answers, or it's something that I'm afraid will backfire at me or will show myself as vulnerable, or all those options, right? All those options, see which one resonates. See why this project keeps on going from one list to the next, and what is the internal resistance that you have. Now you are in your inner being. We took the elevator. We actually are in our inner being, and over there's no lying, no hiding. There's only truth, authenticity, and being honest with yourself, right? This is between you and yourself. No one has to know it. It's only between you and yourself. And once you also relax by saying it's not a question of should, or it's not my fault, or I don't feel guilty, it's not something that I'm upset, we remove all the negative emotions, and now we're only looking at the project and only seeing what is bothering me in this project. Now, there are two options, right? Either you're going to really feel a big resistance, right? Being afraid of looking at numbers, or being afraid of having to make a decision, or being afraid of being more visible, or being afraid of failure, of judgment. So maybe you're going to face a big resistance that is basically stopping you from doing this project or going forward with this task, right? Or you're going to see that just by doing this exercise and looking inside of yourself and looking at this project, that you're removing the fear or the question or any resistance that you might have had before. And so if it's the first option, then you want to ask yourself, am I ready for this? Am I ready for more potential failure? Am I ready to be judged or to be vulnerable? And if you want to push yourself or not, but at least you're asking the right question. You're looking at yourself really with honesty, right? You're looking at the project and you're saying, okay, now I see what I'm afraid. I see what is the resistance. Do I want to push myself, or do I just want to accept it? Do I want to accept it that this is not the right time for me to do this, right? And like we said, many times when we postpone something, then we understand why we had to postpone it, or why the synchronicity or the coincidence or the exact reason why we had to postpone something. So once you remove all the emotion or the negative feelings around it, and you look at your project and you decide, is that a healthy fear or a not healthy fear, right? If it's a healthy fear, then maybe I can push myself and do it a little bit because I know I'm okay. I know this was only a resistance that I can remove. But maybe this is not something that I'm ready to do. Maybe this fear was here for something. Maybe I need to wait. Maybe it's not postponing. It's just deciding that this project will be for the next quarter or for the next year. Maybe it's too early for me to do this. But now that we are in our meditation, in our visualization, in our inner being, we're not with our critical mind all the time wondering if we're able to do something, but we're really in our honest inner truth. And we connect to our inner being. And we ask ourselves that question, then it's going to be clear. And I want you to, with the project that you decided to take for today's meditation, want you to decide, Is this something that I want to push myself with love gently to do it because I can remove the fears, I can remove the resistance? Or even by going even further in this project or this task, I feel like I need to be more ready. I need to do more things before I feel like I can do it. And this is the truth, my friends, right? This is the truth. This is exactly where you are with this project. And so I'm going to allow you to finish this meditation. We're going to thank our precious elevator, which is taking us all the time from our mind to our inner being. We're going to look at this project. We're going to either put it on the pile of it's okay, it's safe, I can do it, and you can visualize a pile with everything else that you have to do, or we're going to put it in a cupboard, in a drawer. We're going to put a label on it next quarter, next month, next year. It's not for now. There was a reason why I was postponing or procrastinating, and now I understand why. And once you have done either or, I want you to connect to your feelings, your emotion, and see how relieved you feel. If you don't feel relief, then maybe you're still not clear with the two options, and you can go back to deciding which pile you want to put that project in, right? But if you did choose the right pile, and you should feel relief, you should feel also more self-compassion, self-worth, knowing that everything you do has a reason, and every choice you make, you do it for a reason as well. So once you're ready, I want you to go back to the elevator, being very grateful for this ability that we have to go inside our inner being, going back up all the energy centers and the chakras till your mind, signaling that you're ready to close this meditation session. And when you're ready, I want you to open your eyes, and I want you to ooh, we have an amazing comment, which I don't know who it's from. Let me check. I'm looking at my second screen since, as you know, I cannot see the names. So if you want me to know who is writing on StreamYard, you can type your name in. And I hope that this was helpful, because this is an exercise that you can do basically. Hiya, Esther. Yeah, you're with us. And Valerie is with us too. Hello, hello. So I really suggest, yes, hi Esther, I just saw your name. So happy you were with us for this. And I'm sure that this is going to be very helpful for you, Chaya Esther, as for all of us. But this is an exercise that you can record, or that you can watch again, or you can write down the script. And you can record yourself do it. This is something you can do over and over again every time you have something that is, that is sitting in your mind and you don't know what to do with it. Yes, Valerie is saying, thanks a lot. That was very helpful. Yeah, I love your meditation. Thank you, Chava. So happy you were with us. And again, you can definitely practice this more than once. Every time something is bothering you and you don't know how to get rid of it, or whether you want to procrastinate or you want to postpone, and this is a decision you want to make inside of yourself, right? So Chaya Esther is saying, I was just thinking about all this exact thing this morning and thinking I really have to talk to Natalie about this. You see, this is the synchronicity. You see, I love it. I love it when we think something, we project it in the universe, and then I receive it apparently. And I'm very happy that this was useful. And again, you can record this, or you can just take notes. The session, everything is recorded. So this is live on Facebook, so you can definitely come back to it. It's always staying in the Facebook group, and you can always come back to it whenever you want. So I'm happy that you enjoyed it. Tomorrow is going to be our promotion Monday. So if you have something to promote, a product, a service, or anything that you want to promote, come back to this group and you'll be able to promote your services. On Tuesday, we'll have Inspiration Tuesday, and we're going to talk about systems, because procrastination, systems, do you see the connection? So we're going to talk about systems. Wednesday, we'll have our networking Wednesday, and Thursday, we'll have our interview Thursday, where I promise that you'll have an amazing, inspiring interview from business owners that will inspire in your business. So thank you so much. Have a great day. And I will see you on Tuesday. Bye for now.